What up? So, just got home, picked up a package for Joe. And I figured to take this time to make a quick little video, something I promised you guys months ago. So, forgive me, I'm just getting around to getting all this stuff done. I took the Sequoia out because he just needed to be ran, trying to save some money on gas. Let me turn the lights on in here for you guys. But I wanted to show you guys this guy. So as you guys know, I've been driving the Master Speed MX-5 for a couple of years now? Might be years. I just wanted to go over what I did to it. Nothing too crazy. I found this smoking deal in Georgia. Called my brother up. Say, hey, yo, want to go on a road trip? And he said, yeah, let's do it. Went over there, test drove it, drove amazing. And we took it home. So inside looks pretty clean. I did put the cage pods, kind of like the same thing I did with my old one, and I go into it in a little bit. But this thing came stock, and it came with a 5-speed transmission. I asked the guy if he had the 6-speed. He did, so we brought that home as well. Kind of sweetened the deal a little bit. But as far as what I've done to it, nothing crazy. I kind of did the little enchilada kit from Fly Miata, which forced me to do it because I was autocrossing and this guy collapsed on me, which is fairly common on these cars. The radiator came with the car, which I'm kind of nice. Kind of glad it did because this car's running a little bit hot once we put the front mount. And then put a downpipe, and that's it. I didn't put the cock back like I did last time. I don't think I wanted it because I didn't quite like it last time. You had this little thing on the back from Fly Me Out and it came falling out, and I just get the Master Speed, and to be honest with you, I am okay with that. Biggest thing that I made to this car, oh, forgot, also put the roll bar. When the with hard dog this time, and I like this one too, better than the old one. But the biggest thing I did to this car from my previous project, and what I recommend, actually I recommend two things, and you can't see it, but see that cable there? I put a standalone. So I ditched the factory computer and basically decided that I want this thing to rev a little higher and do a few things on it, and this car woke up. I know you guys won't believe this, but I'm pretty sure I could put faster times on the autocross track with this thing than with the RX-7. The second thing that I did was I got these set of tires with some sticky stuff. Shout out Jeff, some BFGs, Rivals, and I don't know if you guys saw my post on Facebook, but I ended up getting second place overall my class, and that was because I wasn't putting any points for the first half of the year, because I was running just the stock tires, which are garbage. I literally smoke these tires all the time on the street, and they still look brand new. They're basically rocks. If I would have gotten some decent tires at the beginning of the year, I'm pretty sure I would have got in first place. But anyways, I know it's kind of weird for me to get a car that I've gotten before, but the reality is that my first MX-5 Master Speed was amazing, and this thing is amazing. I know it's not the fastest thing out there, but man, this thing is so fun and so reliable. I literally trash on this thing all the time, and it just takes it, man. It just freaking takes it. But as you can see it, oh, you can't see the mileage, but I picked it up with about 60,000 miles. Now I'm pushing probably 72. So I'm gonna try to kind of keep it clean, keep it nice. Oh, I had to put this guy here because I kept getting bruised on my leg, taking the tight turns on the autocross. Um, but it's just funny because I never really wanted a Miata. I'm not big into convertibles, you guys know it. Um, I know I did put a hardtop on my last one. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. They're super expensive nowadays, about $2,000, which to me, I don't think it makes it worth it. I might just might as well spend the money in another project. But this thing is pretty much dialed in. Um, the only thing I could probably do is maybe tune a little bit on the startup. But other than that, I don't think I want to mess with it. I mean, it's still running on stock suspension. I know it's kind of high, but it just drives so well. Maybe I'll do some, you know, stabilizer bars or something like that to reduce a little bit of the roll. But I'm telling you, with those tires, I think, at least for my skill level of driving, this is good enough. But anyways, maybe I'll post some pictures of my old one. You guys can compare it. It was black. It was a 2005 as well, and it's just as far as paint, this one's been resprayed, but it's a little nicer. Has a little less surface rust. Not that my old one was bad. The wheels in here are perfect, as opposed to my old one, which the guy kind of had curb rash all over them. And other than that, I think the biggest difference is this one and the old one is I didn't have the ECU, and that made a world of difference. If I were to do it again, honestly, I'll probably do the same thing I just did, just because you need to do the those hoses and stuff and the filters, and just do the little enchilada. You don't even need the cack bag. The downpipe kind of wakes the turbo up a little bit, and of course you need that computer. The front mount intercooler, the bigger one, makes it nicer just to avoid detonation and stuff. But anyways, that's the car, and honestly, this is kind of like my daily right now, just because I know the tree is just, it's a gas guzzler, and I take it out like at least twice a week. But I'm just kind of like driving this more just because it's better on gas and it's a lot more fun. But anyways, that's what's going on with this car. And if you guys have any questions about it, let me know. You want to take it for a drive? Come visit me. I know, Maurice, you want to take another drive at it compared to my old one and check it out. Which, by the way, I haven't forgotten about your Evo. You've been quiet about that, so let's see it rolling. Let's see something happen. So I was here editing and just going over the video for the MX-5. It reminded me of a story, so it's gonna be a story time. I'm gonna add it here to this video as well. But a few years back, Maurice sends me a message asking me to go check out this car in South Florida. I think it was like Hollywood or something. I was in Port St. Lucie, so it's like closer than Orlando, so I went to check it out. And it was a black Mazda Speed. And as I just said, I don't like Miatas that much, or I didn't like them back then. So I said, you know what, let's check them out. Check out for a friend, and I went and test drove it, and I told him, hey, this thing is just pretty good. If you're thinking about getting one, you should definitely get it. It's in pretty good condition. The guy's giving you a great deal, and I test drove it, and it was just amazing. So he was just kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna fit in it. It's kind of tight. It's a small car, etc., which I could totally understand. But as I was driving home, I was like, well, if he doesn't buy it, maybe I should just get it myself. And that's what I did. I ended up buying it and putting a hardtop on it, etc. And the car was so much fun. So that's how I got into the Miata game. It was actually helping out a friend. So thanks, Maurice, for that. And then a few years came by, and I moved to South Carolina, and I wanted something a little more with more pep. And me and Jeff one day decided to go test drive this car, and it happened to be a think it was an '05 black Lotus Elise, and it was at the base. And the guy basically told us, "Hey, yeah, just take it for a drive." And that was the worst thing he could have done. Me and Jeff got on that car and beat the crap out of it. It was so much fun, and we were laughing the whole time. And driving back though, he asked me, "Is it enough?" And by then I had the Miata was modded. He had like a little enchilada kit from Fly Miata, and it was a lot of fun. And I knew how to perfectly drive it. It was just amazing. And I told him, it's like, you know what? I don't feel it like it's enough. It's like for this, I just feel like I should just keep my car. Like this car is so dialed in. Why would I change it? Why would I pay more money for a car? I mean, it's awesome. It's a Lotus. It looks good, but it's a pain in the ass to get in and out. And to be honest, I'm not getting anything. I could supercharge it, but now you're getting into like more modifications in the car that I didn't want to do that anyways on. Especially a car like that, you kind of want to keep it somewhat stock, you know? So we passed on it. And then I think like a year passed by and I ran into a guy that was selling a RX-7, the FD, my first FD. And he was in Oklahoma. And I went there for a business trip. I bought a one-way ticket, went to the guy's house. It was missing a bunch of parts. And what I did that week, I worked on that plant that we had over there in Oklahoma. And then after work, I would just go and work on the car with whatever limited tools I had since I was in the business trip. So I got a good enough running and bought it and drove it back to South Carolina. And that's what made me decide to sell the car. So I sold the MX-5 to a guy from Michigan. He flew down and he drove it back and he loved the thing. It's the funny thing about that is he also had an RX-7 and he sold it and he went back to the MX-5. Okay, which is very interesting. So got the FD, and you know I love my car, my RX-7. I'm not gonna lie, that car was amazing. But I ended up wrecking it. As a lot of you guys know, I hit 3 trees with it. And then after that, I built the red FD, and that got to the point that was just like however I wanted my RX-7 to be. But it's just too much attention for me. So, you know, I got rid of it, which was great because it put me in a pretty good situation. And then I found the MX-5 that I have now, the red one. And that's where I'm at. And that's the story with this thing. So hopefully, yeah, it brings some memories for you guys. I know you guys been part of it. Like that time that I drove to Gainesville and we went to Mike's shop and put the roll bar. Or the time that, you know, Jeff, we took the Montego Blue RX-7 and you took your Mustang and we went out crossing and it poured so badly that we got completely crushed by a Fiat 500. Little did we know, we didn't know what we were doing. And then there's another time, like the Lotus beatdown, Raji's beatdown on the Lotus. That was a lot of fun. It's just so many memories with all these cars. But you guys been part of it, and it's just always reminds me of the adventures that we take together. So hopefully we get to do a lot more. And you know, I'm gonna keep on getting projects and stuff, and maybe I'll take a trip on my next project to the Carolinas. Maybe we'll go hit Tail of the Dragon. I don't know. I know JR and David, you want to do something, especially now, David, with that crazy Camaro. We definitely want to do some fun stuff with that. But anyways, hope you guys are doing well. I do miss you guys, so hopefully we get some time to start doing some more fun stuff with cars, or even with the family. Let's just hang out. Anyways, but hope everybody's doing well, and we'll talk to you soon.